You see a lot online about escaping the 9 to 5, and there's a narrative that if you lack money, you're unsuccessful. People often reiterate that the only way to be successful is to be an entrepreneur. This mindset is not only sickening, but untrue. Telling kids or people that they aren't successful because they aren't entrepreneurial enough or making enough money is wrong. Working a 9 to 5 is not the problem. The real issue lies with low wages and the fact that valuable assets were bought up by the rich during the 2008 economic crisis. Put it this way, my parents, who were born in the early 70s, worked normal jobs. My dad worked in a factory and my mum was a secretary. Why is it that they could comfortably afford to buy a home in 2003 on average salaries and now we can't? The answer is simple. Property prices were lower then, and even with being inflation adjusted, they aren't that affordable. They purchased their home for 100k in 2003, and now that's worth, in today's property prices, around 350,000. Inflation adjusted, that house should only be worth around 180 grand. The reason why everyone under 30 can no longer afford a home is because loans were cheap post 2008, and rich people bought more assets whilst the normal man lost his home. We saw a mass wealth transfer from the poor to the rich post 2008, and especially post COVID, where the UK government paid billions in furlough for people to remain at home. And what happened to that money? It's paid in rent for mortgages. Interest rates after 2008 were at all-time lows. This is meant to encourage spending, borrowing, and investment. So the rich and large corporations borrow more money by buying more assets like gold, stocks, and housing. Whilst if you ask someone from the working class why they didn't spend or invest more money, the answer is simple. They didn't have any money. It went on the rent or the food. Normal people lost their homes and their jobs. They had no money. So the rich's finances and assets grew exponentially, whilst the normal man suffered greatly. Asset prices will continue to rise, and this will only get worse. Being an entrepreneur won't fix this problem alone. People just want to buy a home, have affordable food, and go to the pub once a week. If everyone is an entrepreneur, then society would fail. Many people want to work a day job because they enjoy being a doctor, a lawyer, an engineer, a nurse, whatever it is. People may enjoy that stability, they may enjoy their jobs. The real problem in the UK especially is that people do work hard. They're just horrendously underpaid for what they do. So seeing these gurus online reaffirming that you are poor because you don't work hard enough is completely ludicrous. And then advising people that they need to start a Shopify store to escape the rat race is just so out of touch. We see these Andrew Tate types encouraging Hustlers University, or these Bonnie Blue types encouraging OnlyFans stars. Without everyday workers, our society collapses. Okay, so if you don't want to be entrepreneurial, what should you do? I think it's a combination of a few things, really, in the UK especially. Social change is needed in the UK. Tax loopholes need to be filled, social provision needs to be better, alongside more cost-effective housing and a lower cost lifestyle. I mean, we can achieve this basically by, making rich people pay more dividend tax, essentially. But people need to keep whatever they can as well. Now, understandably, some people in the UK have no money left over at the end of the month because the poorest in the UK society are being squeezed out by high rents, high food prices, long hours, and low wages. If people do have any money left over, it needs to be saved, either within a pension fund or a stocks and shares ISA, where you can dictate your investments into an ETF, if you so choose. Then get themselves on the property ladder outright, ideally, but most people can't do that. People should also push for fair pay. For example, paying university graduates minimum wage for jobs that require a degree is completely unacceptable. People need to stand up to employers to get fairer salaries. Wages seem to be lowering in the UK instead of rising. So we can lobby our government, we can try to take back control of our finances, and we can ask for pay rises. We do not all need to be entrepreneurs, and to suggest that anyone who isn't is lazy and does not work hard enough is preposterous. The problem lies within the social contract, which has been broken since 2008, and especially since COVID. People should be able to afford a home and a comfortable lifestyle without having to take on a second job, build a side hustle, or become an entrepreneur.